If you've ever had an airline lose your luggage, you know what that sense of panic can feel like. Now what if it's all of your life's belongings that are packed, from baby pictures to clothes to furniture, in the hands of a moving company holding your property and demanding more money? Earlier this summer, we met one family who said their movers did just that. So we joined them on their quest to reclaim their worldly possessions. ABC's Nick Watt went undercover for our series, Nightline on the Lookout.
Now you're rolling.
Hi, we are ready for delivery.
He's probably close.
It's sunrise in Phoenix, Arizona, and an undercover operation is in the works.
I think that we should just remember that he's not suspecting anything.
And there's backup outside.
I've got a unmarked state pickup. I'll give you a yell when these mutts show up.
Joanna and Brian Rammel are on edge, awaiting the arrival of a moving truck loaded with their worldly possessions.
Very anxiously looking through the blinds.
Yeah, pacing back and forth.
I'll just be sitting here. Or should I go with you?
They enlisted the help of the law. This man here, that's J.J. Stroh, an agent with the Arizona Department of Weights and Measures. They get called a lot by people with moving problems.
You look like you're a friend who's here to help them move.
And they tipped off the lookout.
Ah, here they are. See, unmarked truck.
Showtime, folks.
This is the story of a family who found themselves locked in a battle with their moving company, and they are pulling out the stops. The Rammels and their 4 kids just moved down here to the Grand Canyon State, all the way from Maine. They drove themselves clean across the country and hired a moving company that online looked pretty good to schlep all of their stuff. But there's a problem, a potentially very big problem.
I'm not entirely sure that we'll get our stuff back, our household goods. The baby pictures, the computer, the little handmade doll clothes that my mother just sent to my daughter, my wedding dress.
Joanna was in charge of the move, and she did what most people do.
They'll go to a glitzy website for a moving company.
Sure enough, Neighbors Moving and Storage looks great. Big, shiny trucks and happy families. Joanna, who claims she's very good at math, calculated how many boxes she would need, called them up, and they hammered out a quote. 8,000 pounds of stuff, Maine to Arizona, and that would cost around $5,000.
He said, 8,000 pounds in all my years of experience, you'll be fine at 8,000 pounds.
Moving companies give estimates over the phone all the time. They're pretty good at it. And they're usually within around 200 pounds of the right weight. Except sometimes this happens.
A different company showed up. It was a company from New Jersey. It's called Moving Express and Storage.
You see, the company Joanna contacted doesn't actually move anything. They're just a website that sells your job to other moving companies. It says so in the very small print here on the Rammel's contract. In this case, it was Moving Express out of New Jersey.
In the very beginning, he pulls out all these papers. Oh, and you need to initial here and initial here. There wasn't a lot written on the contract. I asked, about the weight. Oh, yeah, we'll do all that at the end.
Moving Express greatly increased their weight estimate from 8,000 pounds to 13,500 pounds on the contract after they loaded up. Then, according to the Rammels, the mover verbally told them that the load was actually 16,000 pounds. That's like saying, no, this doesn't weigh as much as 1 elephant. This weighs as much as 2 elephants.
Okay, I can understand maybe the weight was a little more, but double it?
Oh, and the movers said the extra elephant meant the Rammels owed them another $4,300.
Joanna was crying. She said, where's the other money going to come from?
The Rammels say they asked for the truck to be weighed, which is their legal right. There's even a 24-hour weigh station just down the road. They claim Moving Express refused, instead handing them this form, waiving their right to a weight. The Rammels did not sign it. The truck, loaded with their life's possessions, left bound for Arizona. Or so they thought.
He was holding my items hostage, and I just didn't get that at the time.
The Rammels packed up their minivan, some clothes, a few toys for the kids, and set out on their 3,000-mile drive to Arizona and a new life.
So we're looking for Nevada, Idaho, Wyoming.
From the road, they called Moving Express and say they again asked for their stuff to be weighed.
I said, when they get there, I want to wait. It ain't gonna happen, lady. And then he lowered the boom. I said, well, where is my stuff now, James? It's here in storage in New Jersey.
They always spoke with that guy named James.
Why isn't it on the road? Well, don't feel like I can release it. Here's the Arizona sign. We don't feel like sending it all the way to Arizona if you don't have the money. I was like, he's got my stuff. He's not planning on giving it to me.
But what these movers didn't realize is that we were already on their tail. Soon, Spencer, our producer, was staking out Moving Express. This is their office in New Jersey.
This is the hole I've cut in the duvetine to point the camera through.
And there he is, Moshe Garme, the boss and owner of Moving Express, the company the Ramels say was holding their stuff hostage. And wouldn't you know it, the previous tenant here was another moving company, at least until the Department of Transportation revoked its license. The co-owner of that company, a guy named, oh wait, Moshe Garme. By this time, the Ramels had called the Department of Weights and Measures, and they'd hatched a plan for getting what was theirs back.
For the Ramel family, it was time to make a cross-country move. Everything they owned boxed up. But then they say their moving company tried to turn signed, sealed, delivered into extra cash on delivery. We were ready with the cameras rolling when the truck finally arrived, and you'll never guess what we found. Once again, here's ABC's Nick Watt.
The Ramel family is moving from Maine to Arizona, but there's a problem. The movers are now demanding an extra $4,300 the Ramels claim they do not owe, and the Ramels say their possessions are being held hostage. Eventually, the Ramels pretend to cave.
I said, we have the money.
But they actually didn't intend to pay Moving Express any extra money, only what they owed them. Which brings us back to their house in Arizona that morning. Would the Moving Express truck actually show up with their stuff? We have their place seriously wired. Cameras hidden in moving boxes tucked above the garage door, masquerading as security cameras in the corners of rooms and in those eyeglasses I'm wearing. I'm in disguise, by the way.
So not me.
Outside, the law lies in wait.
What we've got is moving company has told the family one price, now the price is doubled.
A retired New York City cop, J.J. Stroh, moved down here to take it easy.
This is not let's make a deal. The law is the law is the law. You gotta play by the rules.
Finally, the truck pulls in.
Ah, here they are. See, unmarked truck.
Okay, showtime, folks.
Sarge JJ from Weights and Measures. Our mutts just showed up.
I'm gonna have to collect the check. I have to do it before I start delivering.
I want to talk to you first. Come on.
But wait a minute, who's this guy? He's not the man they met in Maine, the one who drove off with all their belongings.
Are you in any way affiliated with the group out of New Jersey?
Moving Express.
No, I'm a contractor. Moshe?
Moshe?
I think Moshe is the owner, I think.
He's a good dude.
This man says his name is Jay Harp, hired by Moving Express for this job. And he excuses himself to call Mr. Garme.
Hey.
County control.
It doesn't matter what Moshe says. We're going to go to the weigh station. We're going to have a wait.
So
We have to.
we're gonna put it in the storage, one of the two, until you guys figure it out.
Did you hear that? Okay, by law, if Jay Harp takes their stuff away right now, the Ramels can press theft charges. J.J. Stroh sees them strapping the truck back up, as if to leave.
Now you see he's retying everything. Because now is when the threat stuff starts. Oh, if you don't give us the money, we're leaving with your stuff.
Stroh takes this as his cue to move in.
Good morning, sir.
What's up, buddy?
I'm from the Department of Weights and Measures for the state. I understand there's a dispute over the prices. Okay,
I don't care about the weight. I'm a contractor, you know what I mean?
I need to see your driver's logs, your driver's license.
But Jay Harp's day was about to get a whole lot worse. J.J. Stroh has called in the local cops.
They smell alcohol.
Yeah, so I had a couple Coronas and some Crown.
Okay, so is there alcohol in the cab?
Harp blows a .01, so no DUI. And then the cops inspect the tires.
He's missing one entirely, right?
He's missing one entirely. He's got all the treads hanging out here. He's got a hole in that one here, which puts him out of service. You can't have that on a tire, so he's gonna be shut down.
This is the man left in charge of bringing the Rammel's prized possessions clean across the country. Hardly the shiny truck on that website Joanna Rammel first clicked onto, looking for some reliable movers. Turns out, Jay Harp doesn't even have a valid driver's license.
I thought you were on the up and up, Jay.
That's a suspended license.
That's it?
That's it.
That's the only thing you've got?
That's what he's telling me.
Later, the police told us they found marijuana in the cab and this half-drunk liquor bottle behind the driver's seat. But it was the suspended license that got him arrested. Meanwhile, Joanna Rammel had actually managed to get the owner of Moving Express, Moshe Garme, on the phone. The man who was still demanding $4,300.
If I really weigh 16,000 pounds, like James is adamant that I do, then we'll pay you. If I weigh 8,000 pounds, then you already have the money.
So we set off to the weight station. We waited with bated breath. What would their stuff weigh? Will it be closer to the £8,000 original estimate or the £16,000 the family says Mr. Garme's guys are claiming?
So it's £10,120.
Yep.
They were saying it was £16,000. It was £10,120.
Even though their weight was more than the original estimate, JJ Strode deemed that the Rammel family did not owe an additional $4,300.
I just have to say that the righteous are delivered out of trouble and the wicked walk right into it.
Now our search was on for the alleged Mr. Big. We decided to hit the road to Jersey.
Is Moses Garme around? Moses Garme is here.
Seems like Moving Express is one truck, a handful of guys, and a shabby warehouse.
I have the contract.
Okay.
So that might refresh your memory. They were given an estimate of £8,000.
Okay.
Your driver showed up and said £16,000, and then he refused to weigh the load.
All right, look.
And then
Look what happened, look.
We speak to Mr. Garme for the next 45 minutes, during which he evades my questions, ducking and weaving like a championship boxer.
Wait, let's just talk.
You know what?
To help you follow along, Mr. Garme provides a blueprint for his defense within the first 30 seconds.
Okay, this lady, it was no weight over there. Some place didn't have weight.
There are, in fact, 7 weigh stations in Maine.
If I wait, listen, if I wait the truck, she's not gonna believe me. She have twice item, so my guys think
She didn't have twice item.
She have twice
No.
item.
Why didn't your guy weigh
She
it?
don't wanna wait it.
Yes, she did
No,
want to
I'm
weigh it.
telling you.
That's not how Joanna Rammel remembers it. Again, here's what she told Mr. Garme on the phone that day.
Hi, Moshe. Here's the deal. I tried to get James to weigh the truck several times, and he refused.
She lied to you. She lied to you. She
And
said
you've been totally upfront with me?
I
Are
told
you
them-
telling me the truth?
Mr. Garme is not backing
You know
down.
what?
Really?
I'm gonna give you. I lost money over there. I lost money. Listen a
Either
second.
you guys are inefficient,
Listen,
you're
please.
bad at math, or you're trying to rip people off.
No, I'm not.
Did you rip people off a little bit?
Nah.
Just a little bit?
Listen.
You say you're an honest man.
I'm trying to be honest, man. You know how to be honest, man. I'm trying to be
Is it
the
hard?
best.
Is it hard?
No, it's not hard. I mean, you know, some customers take advantage of you.
You think that Mrs. Rammel is taking advantage of you?
A lot. Of course, that's the reason she not pay me. That's the reason I'm gonna sue her.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for your time.
After we contacted the Department of Transportation about our story, they wanted to be sure that we knew they would be looking into Moving Express. And to date, Mr. Garme has not filed suit.
Brianna! Come on, girl.
In the meantime, the Rammels are savoring a hard-earned victory. They outplayed Mr. Garme, saved their cash, and most importantly, got their stuff back. I'm Nick Watt for Nightline in Phoenix, Arizona.